King and Yates, they bridging the gap. From the US to Dubai, put pins on the map. Ball is life, and that's a fact. And a baller's life, about that exact. King and Yates, they bridging the gap. From the US to Dubai, put pins on the map. There's a time to score and a time to assist. Ain't no I in team, let the winning commence. From generation to generation, game don't stop. The new and old school got the game on lock. It's all legendary, it's all necessary. We all been all-stars before February. And after that, King and Yates, after racks.
Yes, sir. BTG Nation. We are back. Oh, listen, he's not done yet. Back in action. You know what it is.
Listen, they bridging the gap. They bridging the gap.
Yes, sir.
Listen, they bridging the gap. They bridging the gap.
That's not how he sounds when he's talking to the commissioner.
Everybody getting on my man KG for that. KG got some sense, you know what I'm saying? He trying to keep it composed, keep it cool so he can get back there, you know. KG don't want another fine, you know, he get another tech. So BTG Nation, what's up, man? Your young OG here, Yates on Instagram, Ryan Yates. I'm here with the OG, triple OG, JK, Drew Pac, live on air, live in Dubai. You guys see he got a little different bucket on today. He came with the woo. That's the woo energy, man. That's the camo.
This is LL.
Oh yeah,
because before them,
it's because it's a little bit tighter. Different sizes and bucket hats too. You guys got to start getting the correct one. You got to give a bucket hat breakdown, OG.
Well, you know, the original bucket, which I got on right now, is a little bit tighter, and I only brought it out because we had one of our youngins wear one past Saturday. Was that Saturday or Sunday?
It was Saturday,
and his was way too small.
Yeah,
and I have a large head, so mine looks small too, but it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying?
It looked like a pin top.
Yeah, that looked crazy.
And he like 6'4" too,
yeah.
so it looked bad. And he got hair.
Yeah, you got a lot of hair. Yeah. So the ones I normally wear, that everybody sees real floppy, is the boonie bucket hats. You know what I'm saying, that the military wears.
Safari energy.
Yeah. So, and plus, it's a little bit wider brim for the heat, you know, for the sun. So, you know.
True. And
I brought this one out, though, because just for him. Yeah. No matter how many people make fun of me, I brought it out for him. It's for you, Marley.
Yeah, man. Coach Mike, he might give you that one so you can stop looking all crazy, man. Let's shout out to that. But you guys know how it is. Hoop Mountain Dubai, Hoop Mountain DXB, Hoop Mountain.ae. Man, we are growing. We are growing, and it is a beautiful thing to watch. Like, shout out to Young Bread Eater too, doing some good things on the video. Got some people looking and a little awareness growing, man. King, where are we at with it right now? We in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Maybe about 4 minutes left in the fourth.
Yeah, we wind it down for sure.
Yeah.
We gotta take the right shot. Don't turn the ball over.
Yeah. How you feeling though? Like mental check, everything, because we at the end, so we got to check in and all that good stuff. Tell me what's up.
I mean, just being honest, because we are at the end with so much going on and so much we have to get done in a short period of time. I'm exhausted, man. Mentally, physically, and emotionally.
No exaggeration.
Yep, I'm exhausted.
No exaggeration. You know, this is like and we got to talk about it later too, business wise. But it's always so much you got to do at the end of the year to close and then to prepare for next year.
Yeah. If you care about what you do.
Yeah, that's facts, right? Unless you're like some people who just trying to survive.
Right.
And just waking up trying to survive. And so we don't want to live like that. But I'm doing all right too. You know, wifey's still doing well. Baby boy is eating way more now than he was at the beginning. It's crazy how this works, man. But I'm excited to see those things. But I gotta listen to the people, King. People told me I need to give us the mix a little bit earlier. All right. Okay. I gotta get the mix a little bit earlier. OG, this one for you. This whole 11 minutes that we about to break down.
Man, 11 minutes?
It's 11 minutes. This whole 11 minutes is for you. Okay. It's for your era. It's for your folks. This is paying homage. This is to you guys right here. And so our audio listeners, you know what time it is. It's the Lee Bueller mix, the BTG mix. Trying to give you a vibe. Everybody that's on 95, everybody that might be on 310, wherever you driving down the highway, it's time. Put the windows down. Turn the music up. Put the kids away.
Listen, they bridging the gap. They bridging the gap.
Man,
Shit ain't got serious.
Man.
New exclusive.
What we doing?
Shit.
Come on. We all done. I got lost in it. Hold on. What we doing?
Shit.
What we doing?
Man. Shit ain't got serious.
Star time.
Man, let's talk about it, King. And again, audio listeners, that was 11 minutes of a history lesson. Not a wasted bar. You see the mix was a little bit different today. We ain't put too much in between. It just went bam, 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 bam. Dictionary, King. I feel like I know for a fact that rappers used to go to the dictionary and just look up words and like try to get it together.
Yeah, it wasn't just about, of course, everybody trying to get paid, but people really love their craft, though. You know what I'm saying? People were, giving reports from the street, from the hood. You know what I'm saying? People were teaching, and just, not only were you, what I'm saying, it was something that you could dance to, whatever, but it was just something you could learn from, man. That's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Different variations of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? No matter different regions or different storylines or whatever, but it was hip hop. And all of it sounded, how can I say it, like it flowed.
Mm-hmm.
They were singing to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The beats were incredible. Beats didn't sound the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody tried to imitate one another.
You couldn't.
Yeah.
Right? Because it wasn't so much that you could hear. You had to go in there and make it yourself because everything wasn't all over the place.
That was
You had to
disrespect to the game if you was biting somebody else, though.
Facts. That too. Man, Lee, you did it again. And let me let y'all know. We already got 3 and 4 coming. The next 2 are coming, and I'm gonna just give you a little hint. We taking a trip. We taking a trip to a little different part of the world. We taking a trip. It's gonna be a real nice one because it's spring, summer. We got to match the energy, right? Speaking of that, playoffs, man. Yo, is it an earthquake going on in here? Some little noise. We might gotta. What's shaking? They partying out here, but but we'll be good. So listen, last time we was on the pod, King, we talked about the Heat would close it out. Yeah, they didn't close it out when we got there, but thankfully they closed it out tonight. Last night, Game 7, they got the Celtics out of there. Ironically enough. And this is the same situation they were in last year. And Jimmy Butler said something that was pretty cool. He said, you get the same test until you pass it. Mm-hmm. And so I guess they passed this one. But did you get a chance to look at any reviews or highlights or see any things about it?
Not from Game 7 because it was such a blowout, and I kept hearing from different people that I trust saying that the Celtics quit.
That's what you heard?
That's what I heard.
What's the breakdown the streets is giving you? That's something interesting because the streets is because I got up and watched it because baby boy up at all times. So I got up and I watched it. I caught it midway through the second, and then I watched the rest of it. So what was you hearing from the streets? Yeah,
just that the Celtics didn't put up. Once they got down, they didn't put up a fight, and it was no chance in them coming back just because the usual suspects, whether they didn't have a good game or they just didn't have the right mindset to try to make a run at it.
Yeah. I mean, if you watch the post game of the game 6, Spoelstra said, I don't know, this is just how basketball is, but we will figure it out. We will figure it out, and we will get it done next game. You don't hear Spoelstra make statements like that after a game.
Right.
Like he's like, no, we're gonna get it done. This is a wild one. This was a tough one. Hats off to them for fighting through it, but we will get it done next game. And they carried that energy walking into there. And it wasn't just Jimmy Butler, of course, he had 28. He won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Which
there was another cat that was cooking.
Caleb Martin. He was tortured. But King, it wasn't. It's one of those things to where it's like, okay, he's gonna get paid. Somebody gonna give him a bigger role. Like, he was looking like somebody that needed to be what Troy Brown is supposed to be. With those wing guys, he was cooking. Max Strus was cooking. Gabe Vincent was doing all those things. Bam was struggling offensively, but we'll get to Bam in a minute because they're trying to kill him. But we got to start with the losing team. Let's start with the Celtics. And let's start with Coach, because everybody's giving Coach a lot of flack. This whole playoffs, they've been giving him a lot of flack. But I don't like the Celtics, so I ain't gonna, everybody knows that. It's completely biased. But let's give a little love to Joe.
Listen, man, the cat is 34 years old, and he's stepping into the first seat after being, basically in the second row. Mm-hmm. That's a hell of a jump. I don't care who you are. That's like going from, making $50,000 a year to making $5 million a year. And all the responsibilities on you. And the expectations for the Celtics were, go back to the finals or nothing.
Yes.
And so, hell, man, he did a hell of a job. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Leave him alone. I know he's a little short with the media and things like that with the post game. That's because, y'all be asking bullshit questions.
Yeah, and every little thing he says is under a microscope. Yep. So if he says anything that just gives him a little bit of an angle for something, it's a wrap, because it's Boston, right? Yeah. And I had one of my boys ask me. He said, "So what does ownership do? If you're ownership for the Celtics, what do you do?" I said, ownership need to apologize. Right. Like, you made an emotional decision and ended up firing the coach that you guys needed. That's the coach that you needed this entire playoff, this entire season, right, against Spo especially. That's the coach that you needed. You fired him. After you fired him, Will Hardy goes to Utah. And then in the middle of the season, Damon Stoudemire leaves and goes to Georgia Tech. So that your core group is all broken up. Yep. You got a first-time coach with championship expectations, with some players on the team that are older than him and Al Horford. And then now you expect him to figure out against these seasoned veterans. Even Budenholzer, all those guys had been Darvin Ham, 11-year assistant before he was a head coach. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you expect from that? Yeah, he's going to have some issues, but should it cost him his job?
Listen, man, no, it shouldn't cost him his job, because there were guys that Spoelstra's beaten before that are veteran head coaches. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to give him some time. Let him grow into the job, man.
Yeah. But, after Coach, we got to get to the two-piece. Okay. We got to get to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Now, I am seeing people going crazy on Jaylen Brown. I'm talking about Skip saying he got middle school handles. Other people I'm seeing saying he ain't good. Like, no, he don't deserve to be paid, or he ain't as good as we thought, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, man.
Whoa.
I don't know how many times I've said this on here, but these people that are talking behind the computers that don't know anything, shut up.
Man.
I'm just being real. Like, Jaylen Brown's been a stud since he arrived into the NBA. And they wouldn't have won 3 games in a row without him.
Man,
don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? He's a dog.
On both sides.
He's gonna get paid. He deserves to get paid. And Boston needs to be lucky if he stays.
Which he shouldn't, and I don't think he will. But then you just think about it, like, the nerve of us basketball fans to say something like that, because he had a rough Game 7. Yeah, he deserved criticism for the way that he played.
Right.
He played terrible. Turned that thing over. Looked like a lost puppy, right? But LeBron has had those moments. We've seen James Harden do that multiple years. Like 5, 6, 7 years. I'm a Kobe fan. We've seen the pictures of Kobe. We've seen the videos of Kobe in Utah. We've seen the moments. We lost a game. We lost a series against Phoenix that we should have won, right? We've seen Kareem. You've seen Magic. You've seen Larry. You've seen MJ. You've seen everybody have those moments before When does that ever dictate or write the narrative for their entire career and how they play?
It's stupid. First of all, the people you name are all-time greats.
Mm-hmm.
Is Jaylen Brown good? Yes. He's not considered an all-time great, and you're giving him this much, you know what I'm saying, flack right now. That's stupid, man. It's just stupid. That's why the internet, for me, is great that you get so much information out there, but it gives too many idiots a voice. And
that's the problem with the gambling. Because a lot of it is because he probably tricked up somebody's ticket.
Yeah.
That's the thing, to where it's like, if you understand game, that's how it go. And if you really know why he was out there making those wild passes and trying to figure out where it was going, it's because they were getting schemed. The zone that Miami was running, the attention to detail that all 5 of those guys had, everybody was scrambling, everybody had hands high, everybody was moving in space, and it looked like the Celtics just were not prepared for that. That's not having enough experience on the sideline to prepare you for it. Yes, you got to perform as a player, but they were out there confused as hell.
I'm not even going to just put it on Coach. I'm just going to say them as a whole because the Heat have beaten, in the last 3 or 4 years, they've knocked teams out by playing zone before. The Milwaukee Bucks got knocked out twice before they won the championship. It's because, you think about 82 games during the season, everybody plays man-to-man.
Yeah.
And so, what I'm saying, your natural ability can get you by if you got the better player. You're playing up against the zone, everybody's got to be moving on the string, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
So that's on you as a pro as well. You know what I'm saying? As a pro, you shouldn't be befuddled by a zone 2 or 3 nights in a row. That shouldn't happen, man.
Yeah, that means you don't watch enough film. Yeah, that's what that is. That's preparation. That's really, because with zones, that's film. That's film. Because what they're going to do is scripted, basically. Well, you know how it's going to go.
Well,
discipline.
It's discipline, man. If everybody's not moving on a string, you know what I'm saying, with paint touches and kickouts and things like that, then now everything is a one-on-one pull-up for a 3, with a contested hand in your face, instead of in terms of moving the defense and shifting the ball side to side and hitting the gaps. That's on you, man. That's just not, that's everybody not being on the same page.
Confidence being down and everything else. But shout out to Miami for that,
Yeah, smart.
So we got to go to Jason Tatum next. Like I said, I've seen people say, look, Jason Tatum is a one-trick pony. He hasn't gotten better. Like, what else can he do? Blah, blah, blah. Kind of soft. I'm like, look, he turned his ankle on the very first play of the game. And we sit here and know you can't use that as an excuse because Victor Oladipo, Tyler Hero, Giannis, everybody in the Knicks series, Jimmy Butler, twisted his ankle. But we know for sure that affects the performance, especially Game 7. He tried to fight through that. But again, what are we looking at? I've seen people say he hasn't gotten better. He's not the guy that leads the franchise. Like, what's going on? This is the Eastern Conference Finals.
Man, they just went to the finals last year. Shut up.
Some pups too, man. And he's gotten better. We just watched him put up a 50-point triple-double or something like that the other series. But now he's not good, one-trick pony. We got to stop that.
Listen, let's start giving the heat to the players that really deserve it.
Word.
You mentioned James Harden.
Word.
He deserves it.
Embiid
deserves it.
You know what I'm saying?
Those guys didn't show up.
For sure. For Kawhi Leonard.
You win 3 games in a row, you were showing up.
Yeah, you was gritty.
You were showing up. You're bound to have one bad night. And it just happened to be that you had a bad night for one and an injury for the other. Hey.
Shit happens. But, finals prediction.
I'm still sticking with Denver just because the Heat, trust me, they're resilient. They don't have anything for Joker, though.
But this is the thing, too. This is the thing. I've been watching people talk the last like 4 hours. What Joker's going to do to Bam is going to set Black history back 10 years. That's the type of stuff that I'm seeing, King. I don't even want to say like really. And a part of me feels like, because Bam gets a big play because people think he's supposed to be more of an offensive player. He's supposed to be a better scorer, but that's not where his value is. All right, you talked about it last episode. You can put him at point guard and really facilitate.
It's his versatility.
And versatility and consistency on the defensive end, right? And so while I'm not saying Bam is going to stop Joker from doing anything, because he's not. Right now, Bam is the best. I mean, not Bam. Joker is the best player in the world. Right? In the world. But what I will say is he, with the scheme that Spoelstra is going to put together, they can cause some trouble to make it harder. They're going to stop him from doing anything, but they can cause some trouble to make it harder. Because one thing that nobody really wants Joker to do is to get everybody else involved. If you can have Joker going for 40 and only getting 7 assists, that's a win. That's a win. Crazy as it sounds, but if you watch, and if Joker is focused on getting his 40, or if he has to do that because he can't get the others off, that's a successful play right there. So a lot of people are going to look, and Joker's going to get his points. Joker's going to work for all of them too. But if he averages 40 this series, it's going to be historic numbers, but it's going to be what Miami wants. As crazy as that sounds, he's going to put up Wilt-like scoring numbers, but they're going to be happy with that, right? And you could probably break that down to even more of a understanding for people who think like, yo, I'm tripping. What is he talking about?
Let him get his alone. Don't allow him to get other people involved. That's the thing. If, you know, of course, you typically want someone else to beat you, not the usual suspects, which I mean by the stars from the other team. But in this situation, sometimes it's best just to let him do his thing, and just make sure that everybody else, you keep them to a minimum, because to get to this point, he's been getting his and making sure everybody got theirs. Yeah. So you got to take one away. Yeah. So you're not going to take his. You're not going to stop him from getting 40 if he wants to get 40. But if you can minimize what he does in terms of facilitating the ball, you have a better chance. Yeah. I like it. I actually think this one's going to go 6. I think it's going to go 6. I think I'm going to choose. I'm going to go 7. I'm going to go 7 Denver. I'm going to go 7 Denver. I'm going to go 7 Denver. Yeah, I'm going to go 7 Denver. Because I'm just thinking about what most people don't understand if they haven't played a game is that sometimes when you face-to-face with a competitor, some people do crumble. Right. And some people do intimidate other people. Some people do play a bit different, right? Like, I don't know if Michael Porter Jr. is going to hit the same shots against Miami that he did against us, because they're going to be playing a little bit more physical. It's going to be a little bit more bump. It's going to be a little bit more talk. It's going to be from not just the players on the bench, too. It's going to be a little bit different. I mean, not even just the physicality, but just where they are in terms of crowding his space. Miami's going to be, whatever Spoelstra has as the game plan, they are going to stick to it.
And he's going to have to play defense, too, right? Because they got those shooters running around. Like, everybody's going to have to run around screens, cover that spot there. So I don't think it's going to be as easy as people are saying. That a lot of people talking sweep or gentleman sweep. I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think so.
You can't count Miami out like that.
Because they're here, play-in. They had to win the second game of the play-in, 8 seed, you know? So we'll see. But we're going to take a different turn right now, big dog. You know, it's getting to that summer, springtime, and, you know, it's Memorial Day weekend back at the crib.
Yeah, I made a mistake about calling a couple of people thinking they was getting up for work.
Yeah, it happened all the time.
Ruin their sleep, yeah.
But they probably going to get lit later. Be at the cookouts. And so what we're going to do right now, we're going to do something big for Dubai. We're going to give a Dubai food review. That's right. Something this is what we do too. We eat a lot. We love food, but we see a lot of reviews going around of a lot of different foods, and sometimes y'all just be saying food is good just to be saying it's good, right? Yeah. But we're gonna come here with an honest review.
Before you go any further, they be saying that's because the atmosphere is good. Just because the atmosphere is good. Nah. Just because the food may be expensive. Nah. No, it's got to be the whole thing.
The whole thing. Yeah. And so, Dubai, folks, we are here to give you BTG's first food review.
Man, shit ain't got serious.
Right here, live, for Big T's Barbecue. All right? Now, first off, let's get an air horn. Shout out to Big T's Barbecue. Now, Kool's our guy, Big T. We see you. We appreciate you.
Love you.
Now, Big T got a mic and soundboard inside the kitchen, too.
What?
Last time I went, Big T was on the soundboard going crazy. And so this is Big T's barbecue. That's something that we've actually been hearing about for a couple months before we actually went and got there.
Yep.
Shout out to our Hoop Mountain parents for putting this on. Yep. Several parents talked to us about it. This is the closest thing to a barbecue from Texas like that we gonna get. Right. That we're gonna get. And so can you go ahead and break them down to what you ordered and how you dealt with it, and how many times you went before we, give his honest thing.
I've been there 3 times, and the very first time I got, of course, the cornbread, mac and cheese, potato salad. And, potato salad is always questionable.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too.
Always questionable. I got I tried to get the turkey, but it was sold out. But as I found out later, it wasn't the turkey that I'm looking for. But I got the fried chicken, and I got the beef sausage, and
oh, you got the fried chicken? I ain't get to hit the fried chicken yet.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got that, and that was it, man. I went.
Did you do something different the second and third?
Second time, I got the beef sausage again, and I got the turkey this time. And the turkey was a little dry.
Okay.
Because. I'm thinking about the smoked turkey wings.
Well, we're gonna get there. We're gonna give him some suggestions after that next. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
And so how would you rate your experience there?
All right. So if I'm gonna go 1 to 10, 10 being excellent, 1 being subpar, I'm gonna go 9.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go 9, and I'm gonna go 9 primarily because we don't get that too often here.
Yeah.
So I got to give him 9 for bringing it over.
You got a smoker.
You got the smoker.
There's a smoker. That's the difference, right? Yes. And so for me, I've been twice.
Yeah.
And I had to go back the second time because the wife loved it so much. Right. And so I got the smoked turkey, and it was better. It was better this time around too. Okay. And what I do appreciate about Big T is that he tell you look, we make changes on the go. Because before we got there, people were talking about how everything always sells out and there's never enough food. And the dope thing about him is he's building. We know how that feels. So he's only open 3 days a week. Certain times, he's only open on the weekends because they're preparing food all week. Yeah. And when they sell out, right? And so I went, and the brisket was sold out the first time, and that's their best seller. Yeah. Fried chicken was sold out, so I couldn't get that. And so I got the burnt ends. I got the burger that they got. I got the smoked chicken, and then I got the beef sausage. Fire. Yeah. I got the mac and cheese, and I got the potato salad and the cornbread. Yeah. Now let's break this down, because my wife and everybody knows the mac and cheese, the cornbread, and the potato salad, those are staples in our culture, and especially in my household. Especially because whenever we got an event back at the crib, anybody's friends or whatever, and we need potato salad, my mom is the one they call to do it. Right, the potato salad is special. Even from when I was like 9, she was always potato salad designated. Right, mac and cheese, I got that. Cornbread is special. Right, and so I'm start with cornbread. Typically, I don't like when there's little pieces of corn inside it.
Yeah, same here. But because we're so far away from home,
yes,
I'll deal with it.
And it didn't take away from the normal consistency of the cornbread. Right. It was still fire. So Big T, I'm going to say to you, I'm going to suggest to add a honey butter cornbread option. That's all I'm going to say. A honey butter cornbread option. You know what I'm saying? Take it how you leave it. I know that's something that mom does and she throws a little cinnamon on it, but honey butter cornbread, drizzle that thing on there, takes it to another level. But I give that one an 8.5. Yeah. Potato salad. Potato salad for me, it was different because we usually do the mustard relish, sweet relish, mayonnaise, a couple other little things. But you did something with this one. It blended well. It had a little tanginess with it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The first time I went, it was a little more bland.
Yeah.
But it was still good.
Yeah.
The second time, it definitely was a little tangier.
It was a little tangier. It had its vibe with it. And so I'm giving that a 7.5. I'm 7.5. Mac and cheese. Right. Now I'm from a baked mac and cheese background. Like, you know, they call it a macaroni pie back in the day or whatever. And so I always lean towards it this way. So when I look at mac and cheese that only has just the cheese sauce, it got to be banging flavor-wise.
Right.
And I see what you did. You added a little like jalapeno and stuff to give it that Texas Southwest kick. And I like it. It gets the job done, and it goes perfectly with the barbecue.
And it wasn't like that the first time I got it.
Yeah.
The mac changed a little bit too.
Yeah. And so for me, I was like, it goes with everything that I have here. I got to try the bologna. I heard the beef cheek is good too. The burnt ends, I loved it. I love the burnt ends. I was happy about that. And so shout out to you, Big T. Shout out to you. OG has one suggestion though, and I think this will change because there's nowhere in the UAE that has this. Nowhere. And if you need suggestions on, you know, best way to do some things or whatever, let us know. But this is the one thing for you, Big T, that I think will make you not just the best barbecue spot in Dubai, but just the best cuisine in Dubai. Let them know what that one thing is.
Smoked turkey wings, baby.
Listen.
For those of you that don't know, a smoked turkey wing is almost like this size, right?
Man.
It looks like somebody killed a dinosaur.
Or even a smoked turkey leg.
Yeah.
You could do a leg too.
You could do a leg. And man, that would really, really bring Texas and you know, the Southern cuisine to the Middle East. That's a game changer.
Yes.
And trust me, you won't be able to keep it in stock.
No, sir. And if you need a reference, Turkey Leg Hut in Houston. but listen, Big T, this is not the first or last time. You know, I talked to you about some other things before too. Big T, if you're listening, we will be back. We love it.
Oh, for sure.
We love it.
I say one more thing. We need to throw some fried catfish in there.
Ooh, we listen. You're giving them too much. I will say this though, OG. One of our followers. There's a fish fry this weekend in Abu Dhabi.
What?
Is a fish fry this weekend? Coach Lenny connected with it. Was a fish fry this weekend with the fish. They got baked beans, potato salad, and something. It's a fish fry. From Mama something, Auntie something. You know, it's one of them. Yeah. I got to send you the thing I saw because I had to go back 3 times when I saw it. I was like, fish fry,
and baked beans.
Listen, this is where we're heading into. We're about to go. This is where the spring, summer stuff. This is why it all ties in because it's cookout season, King. It's cookout season, and we're here, and we can't have no cookouts. Yeah. Not yet. When we get to the point, we talked about it on the phone. When we get to the point where we can, you know, maneuver, do things we want, definitely throwing cookouts. Cookout our style.
But you gotta let them know what a cookout.
That's what we go.
Everybody's gonna be saying barbecue.
Yeah, let's because it's generational things. You start, and then I fill in the gaps where we change it. It's cookout season. This is what it looks like in the States where we're from.
First, there's a lot of places here that say barbecue anyway.
Yeah,
just totally. And you go in there to get, you know, you thinking this stuff that you would have in the backyard, but they ain't nothing.
It's like a little kebab turned over.
It ain't the same as, you know. It's like a cookout is the traditional family affair, spring and summer. You know, you got 10 to 15, 20, 30 people, no matter how many you have, everybody brings something. And
He'll repeat.
Everybody brings something.
Everybody brings something.
Everybody brings something. But by saying that, everybody leaves with something.
Yeah.
Everybody leaves with something that they didn't bring. and that's where you get a chance where you get to eat some of everybody's best dish.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to be embarrassed. Because you know, typically in a black community, you will be called out in public if it ain't up to par.
Yes.
And that's the true definition of starting a cookout. You know what I'm saying? And getting a chance to break bread together, laugh together, dance together, you know, and you know, have fun.
And the cookout, there are elements to the cookout, right? You got to go to the family member or friend whose house has a yard. who house got a yard, right? Who got enough space for you guys to grill. All right. Ideally, that person will have a grill too.
Yep.
But sometimes they don't, and somebody got to bring a grill
I'm
because
bringing one when I get back to the crib this summer.
they got to be a grill master on there. All right. And now, typically, the grill master is one of the uncles.
Yep.
Right. And so they got the towel over the top, and you watch them do different things over top of the grill. Right. Sometimes some people using wood chips, some people using coal, some people using gas, different little things, but to let you know what type of energy you got. And so you hear people say, you hear coach say everybody brings a dish. It's not a potluck. Everybody brings a dish after they know what's already going to be there.
Yes.
So you fill in the gaps, right? Oh, nobody bringing any meat unless you bringing meat to be cooked.
Yep.
Right. So you can bring it, but you got to get there early enough. And so on this, everybody got different things that they put on the grill too, King, right? And so there's fish, right? Some people do a grilled salmon.
Yep.
There's always hot dogs and burgers.
Yep.
Always got the glizzies. Always got those. You got the chicken.
Yep.
The barbecue joints. Some with sauce, some without the sauce. Right. What are some things that you've seen at a cookout, like food wise, that you were surprised that why is that shit even here? But then you're like, oh, I need that again.
Probably fried shrimp. Probably fried shrimp. Where I was like, but when I was like,
that's a twist.
Yeah,
that's a twist.
Yeah, and the person who brought it, of course, they were Cajun.
And so another thing, right? Now the big thing with cookout, Illy, listen here, right, is the sides, right? So there's an assortment of sides. I'm just gonna ring off what I normally see, right? Deviled eggs. I know you don't know what that is. Deviled eggs.
You should from the UK.
You know?
Yeah.
We got to ask them how they make it though. Okay. So yeah, we got to get you around some stuff. Deviled eggs, potato salad. You might have you have a macaroni salad. All right, the macaroni salad is versatile. It might be a seafood macaroni.
Yep.
Might be a tuna macaroni. Right, I do that. Then you got a cold pasta salad. Right. Listen carefully for some of you, because they say that my generation and some of the ones after us, we the ones that's supposed to be doing the cooking at the cookouts, and we don't know what to do, right? And so we got potato salad, we got that, we got the rolls. You got the good hamburger buns, but you got to get the ones where it's at least 30 in there at the minimum. So you got to be,
If you ain't being cheap, they got to be potato buns.
Look, he talking about them. And if you got the rolls, you got the Hawaiian sweet rolls.
Yes, ooh, yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
you take it from there, right? Am I missing any other sides?
Oh, well, of course. We didn't get into the baked beans.
Baked beans.
We didn't get into the mac and cheese.
Hold on. Go back to the baked beans, though, King. Because the baked beans is a clutch one. Because you don't grow up always liking the baked beans. Right? The baked beans, a little bit different, though. Because you can get the canned ones and still spice them up.
Yeah, but as long as you get them and they have like a tangy sauce.
Talk about it.
You're okay.
Yeah, well, what do you add to the baked beans, though? Because sometimes people, this is what makes black people black people. Yep. We'll get the Bush's baked beans.
Yeah, for sure. I got some in the crib now.
And then bake them again.
Yeah.
Well, we're not just putting it in the pot.
Yep.
You add a
little tangy sauce and a little cinnamon. Look,
for some people it's brown sugar or whatever.
Sugar, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You add it up in there, right? Yeah. And then here go another one for you, the meatballs. Right? And so sometimes this is the secret to the meatball. OG, shout out to RJ, Mom Dukes told us, it's grape jelly. Right? So sometimes you don't even know the meatballs are a little sweet because they put a little jelly in the sauce and they ram it around. So the meatballs is one of those sides too. Right? And so what else we missing? What we missing on there?
Well, we didn't get into the sweet potatoes.
Yeah, candy yams.
You cannot have mac and cheese without candy yams.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And we do have green beans with the smoked turkey neck in there as well. Because you got to have some veggies, right? We're talking about a lot of different things, right?
Gotta have those.
Yeah. And so now we don't stop there. You got the drinks. I'll start with my side of drinks and what I drink, right?
Okay.
You got the big cooler. You got the assortments of Hawaiian punches. When you were young, you had the hugs, the huggy joints, red, blue, green, purple, right?
25 cents.
Capri Suns in there, you know what I'm saying? For me, at this day and age, I need the San Pellegrino, the orange one, the limon, a little sparkling water.
For those growing up and didn't have much, you know you had that Tampico.
Yeah.
And for those of you who know, I don't care how much ice you had, Tampico would not get cold.
It's just still warm.
It would not get. I don't care what you did. I don't know what it was in there, but it would not get cold.
Rock Creek. Rock Creek. You got the pineapple, right? Or the RC if you're in the South with the grape.
RC Cola. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got the different sodas.
Now, if you're talking about having a cookout or barbecue, whatever you want to call it, in the Midwest, you got pop.
Okay, yeah.
Fago.
Yeah, Fago. Yeah.
Red pop was my favorite.
Yeah.
You got
flavor.
orange, grape, and you got, so it just depends where you are.
And now they got adult drinks, right? How do you identify the adult drinks around the children? Red cups.
Yep.
Red cups. You keep those in the house.
Yep.
You keep those in the house away from everything else.
And there's always a red cup by your uncle that's cooking.
Yes.
Always.
And it's never empty.
Yep.
It's somebody designated to make sure the chef is always, his thirst is quenched.
Yep.
Right? And so now we get to what makes it a really, really big cultural gathering. Oh, hold on. Let me stop. Slow down for a second. Desserts are there too. Mm-hmm. We don't skip over, right? And now for dessert, I'm a banana pudding fan. I know Coach King's not a banana pudding guy, but I'm a banana pudding fan. And when Nana brings the banana pudding with them cookies on top, there's various ways. You got the wafers in them. I'm in there like swimwear.
Come on.
My favorite banana pudding right now is Magnolia Bakery. Though that shit get crazy. But what you see at yours?
You gotta have the chocolate chip cookies.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And they're warm.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And sweet potato pie.
Yeah. Yeah. And a couple of times you have some brownies sneaked in.
Yeah.
And then for the little ones, you always got to push pop or something.
Oh, for sure.
You always got the freeze pops out there so the kids run around with the freeze pops, right? But what goes down at the cookouts? Because Illy, we stay at the cookout from about 12. If you get there early, and if you get there late, you probably come when the sun about to crack down, and you stay about 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Till about 2 a.m. It's a family gathering, right? And some people leave and come back.
Yeah, people definitely come back.
They leave and come back, right? And when they say don't come empty-handed, that means you bring napkins, you bring cups, you bring trash bags if you ain't gonna cook, right? All those you bring bug spray because we outside.
Yep.
But one of my things was spades. There's a spades table over there, and I didn't learn how to play spades for real until I got to college, grad school. So I ain't touch it. I ain't touch it. What else was you saying the old heads doing?
Man, it's dominoes, man.
Dominoes. They used to throwing bones.
Dominoes.
We got dominoes and cards in the house right now because I'm trying to. I don't really know how to play dominoes like that though, but I want to. But I got the spades, 2-hand spades. I don't know if I can teach Jamila how to play them. I don't know if I can. I don't know if we can do that yet.
But the main thing is, after everybody's eating, and you sitting around the table, and you got an assortment of drinks, alcoholic beverages, and the music's in the background, and everybody starts joining.
Yeah,
that's when it comes out right there.
And we just had a fire mix, and we skipped over the music. Yeah. The music has errors based on the cook preparation and what time of the day it is. Early in the day, you might get some gospel. You might get some gospel, some old school gospel, some southern stuff. Then it started gradually going on to that Luther.
It's the cook.
Yes.
They got to make sure that he or she is happy, so they're cooking, right? But the overall playlist, whoever owns the house.
Yes, sir.
Whoever owns the house.
And they got it going. They got it going. Yeah. And sometimes, so I'm excited about that though, because me and my guys, we talk about like, I'll be pressing Jameson. I'm like, yo, who gonna get on the grill? Like, which one of us gonna be the grill guy? And so my guys at home, they already doing their thing. Shout out to RJ and James. They, trying to figure out, my boy said, I got the cinder wood block I put on the joint and I cook the salmon there and everything. I smoke it. And so I'm excited for that era. Like, that's what I want to do in my free time, King. I want to go buy a damn grill and get excited about it. Matter of fact, I walked in the Carrefour, and I'm walking in there, and I think I was there to get something for a shootout or something like that. And I walked past the little aisle where they got the appliances at, and all the TVs is on sale. So I'm like, damn, this is good. And I walked past an air fryer grill Like it's a grill and an air fryer. Like one of you can put in the house. Walked past it twice. Came back. I said, what? Like, and I was already like, I wasn't on the air fryer wave like most people. I was like, man, get that shit out of here. But slowly, you know what I'm saying? I got into it. It's real deal Holyfield. Real deal. So now we need a bigger one. And then I want a little grill, like a former joint type thing. Cause, you know, sometimes I just want to throw my burger on there.
Just want to burn it.
You know what I'm saying?
You
exactly. Just want to put it on there. And I wasn't finding nothing. So when I walked past and I see the 2-in-1. And it was looking like it could do some things. I was like, yo, what's going on here? I was like, I've reached that point in life. It's real deal now, man. So that air fryer grill. I'm a different life when the appliances start to excite you.
Now you know. I'm at, you're just getting into that stage. I'm in that stage now for Cookout. I got to end with a good cigar.
I'm with you on that though.
Okay.
No, you know I'm an old head because like a great cigar, and you take the cigar to the corner where there's no women and no children. So it's probably going to go be you and like 2 other people there. That's the one. Shout out to Uncle Ro. Uncle Ro, I got my section right here, and you leave all the little ends right here, and I come back to get those later. That ain't nothing bad. I actually just saw somebody had a Cohiba event around here. Yeah, listen, Cohiba, any of you guys, we are a distinguished gentleman podcast. We do it all. we love it all, man. We love it all. You know what else is funny, King? You know what it is that I've been like telling myself I gotta get. This is how I know I'm here for home and I'm here for good. A toolbox. I need some good tools.
I already got one.
I
had one since we got here.
But like this is the type of little things that you notice where you get to a different space in life, right? And like at home, I got a little something, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't settling my roots down anywhere. But I need some tools. I need some heavy duty joints that I ain't even got no need for it at the moment. But as a man, I just gotta have it.
Yeah.
I just got to that space. Yeah. You gotta have it. Listen closely. We're going back to cooking on the grill. We're going back to having tools. Yeah. I ain't really trying to change no tires though. It's too hot out here.
I know, but you got it. You halfway. You halfway between Dubai and Al Ain and something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to do it.
Gotta pump it. You know what's one thing that this wasn't even on the topic list, right? But it's part of my summer memories thing, right? There's one I was telling Illy, and I was telling my wife too, and I'm excited about it for when Rashad gets older, washing my car. And now most people around here be like, what are you talking about? Why do you wash your own car? But I was telling, like, I remember Unc telling me about when he was in college, where before the weekend, he would wash everybody's car to get an extra 15, 20 or whatever. But when he was washing his car in college, you got a car in college. He said, you on the lawn, sun is out, you washing your joint with the tunes playing, everybody riding by, seeing, like, there's a different energy. It's different energy. And then it's therapeutic. Like, I used to go to the car wash on a Saturday right after I got my hair cut. And I used to wash my Lexus when I still had it. Whole standing there, music playing. I got the little infused, like different. I miss that.
It's called pride and ownership, man.
Man, they don't. But tell them about that car wash. Tell them how you used to get the car washed on the Mazda too. Because I used to do that to the Grand Marquis too.
Man, that's old. I'm old school.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. When it was time to wash the car, you started washing car. You started washing your parents' car first. My dad, he'd always have slick stuff, but you know what I'm saying, he never washed it. He made me wash it. And so when I first got mine, you get a bucket. You didn't have no towels. You didn't have any car. You used dish detergent. You know what I'm saying? You had an old towel. You had your music out there. And you know what I'm saying? Even though it was a piece of junk, it was your piece of junk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you had the music bumping, and because you were one of the only people in the area with a car, you were the center of attraction.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? So, everybody's like, dang, you clean it up. What you about to do tonight? You know what I'm saying? So people were curious. So it was not only a pride, of ownership type thing, but also like, public curiosity in terms of what's going on in your social life.
Listen, but King, what's the cherry on top? What goes on the whip or in the whip when everything is done? It's like, yeah, this is it.
Oh, you got smell goods in there.
Which one though?
Oh, you know, I got the black
ice.
I got it in the car. I got it in the car right now. I bought 6 of them from Amazon the other day.
Listen though, and who knew that we was using black ice wrong? Because you know we take the whole wrapper off that thing.
Yeah.
And they say you're only supposed to bring it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Man, I put one on the windshield. Yeah. I put one in the back seat.
I want my whole joint smelling like that.
You know? Man, black ice. That was in the Grand Marquis though. But once I got a little bit nicer, I had it on the little glade joints that you press in on there. But those are the things that like that's part of our summer, right? Cookouts, washing your car, getting your first car. Because you worked that summer to get your first car. Right.
And you get your car, you wash your car, and then you got your people with you, and it was day trips.
Yeah. See, whoo.
Day trips.
That's where the playlist gets clutch because you got all the CDs and you got to break it down. But the day trips brings me to a space, right? Summer vacation. Mm-hmm. Now, all of our parents, pretty much everybody that we deal with here, they go on a summer vacation.
Yep.
That wasn't prevalent in my life. Right. Like that wasn't something that you just heard. Like when you came back to school in September and you saw some of your more affluent friends that said they came back from time in Florida, time in Italy or whatever for a summer vacation because they do that as a family every summer. It was like, oh damn, I was just at the crib. I wanted to go visit grandma.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like those type of things. But
if you were from black community and you weren't from an affluent family, if you were from down south, you went up north.
Yeah.
If you were from up north, you went down south. Mm-hmm. If you were lucky, you might be able to get a trip out west.
Yeah.
But that's it. You know what I'm saying? You went to go visit cousins and stuff like that, and you hung out with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you do last time? I went to Detroit with my cousins.
Yeah. Had a blast too.
That's what you did. You know what I'm saying? As I got older, that's when I started taking trips and stuff on my own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when the day trips started turning into weekends. That's when it started turning into week-long trips. Mm-hmm. But only when I was older.
My first time taking like real vacations was all basketball related. I've probably been to, 50 states? Probably been in like 42 of them or something like that. All because of basketball. Yep. Like going in and out of them. It wasn't for that, I wouldn't have gone. But what that did do to me, put the battery in my back. Yep. Because like how do you look at vacation now?
Vacation is somewhere I go and I do nothing.
Right.
I mean, trust me, when I go somewhere, I'm always going to be active in terms of like something recreational or something educational. I'm not going to just sit in my hotel room or sit on the beach. That's not me.
Not working.
I have some days where I don't do too much, but I'm always sightseeing and things like that. I'm trying to build something culturally, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I see as vacation.
Yeah, vacation for me is definitely going to be a staple in our house. Like getting trips, especially because we're living here. Yeah. And so travel is going to have to be part of the education. Because there's so much other parts of the world that we're going to have to understand, because even more so than back at the crib, it's so diverse here because there's different parts of the world that interact that don't even get a chance to see on the West. And so I want to use that vacation stuff as a travel, but also as an athlete, that's the off-season workout.
Right.
That's the summer grind. Like you can break them down to what your summer looked like. Let's say summer, college summer, even though you had to be back at campus. But
I mean, out of my 5 years in school, because I transferred when you started to sit out, I say I only went home maybe 2 times.
Right.
In a short period of time. Like, we always had a summer job, you had summer classes, you had summer workouts, you had summer league. That was your life. You know what I'm saying? There really was no, I'm going to take a summer vacation, just go chill for a couple weeks. No, you had to work out. You know what I'm saying? That's just what you do.
Yeah, that's this summertime grind right now. I even find myself still getting into that mode, right? Like I got my whole summer workout plan already, right? Like I got little things that I'm gonna break down and try to accomplish over the summer, so I come back better next year. Everything come back better, but like That's what that summer is. That summer is where whatever you couldn't get done in the gym or in practice because coach said I ain't got time for that, you go into the summer and you come back with it locked and loaded.
Yep.
Right? That's supposed to be, I remember every time I came back in college, coach was like, oh, you've been in the gym. Teammates are like, oh, you've been in the gym. Like all my guys, like we were in the gym and it should be a noticeable difference. Like for sure. Like when coach and I come back from this summer, it's going to be a noticeable difference with us. And we're not even in the same grind on the same space where you guys are because you guys are chasing something when it comes to this basketball thing. So when that happens, make sure you're doing your due diligence. Play as much as you can, train as well, you know.
But play with the right people.
Oh, man.
Play in the right space.
Can't say that enough. Can't say that enough. And I'm starting to, as we get back into shape and start playing more.
As you start to get back
into
shape.
Yeah. Nah, we got video. Cut that out. Cut it out. But what I'm noticing and I'm starting to remember is that while like my moves and everything aren't as tight as I want them to be, I'm feeling more in shape and I'm getting a better rhythm because I'm playing. And that's going to make training and doing those individual skill things much more efficient for me because now you just got your memory from, look, I remember how he played this here, what I struggled on this side and how that move didn't work here. And now you apply that to the training instead of just going, I shoot here, I do this, and then don't play at all during the day. Like, there's no real life study that you get when you're not in the gym playing against somebody else and really seeing that, damn, when I play against somebody taller than me, it's hard for me to get my shot off on the left side. When I got to get forced this way, it's hard for me to do this and that. Like, that's different. You got to play more than you train.
Yeah. So basically what he's saying, everybody, is that cones don't block shots. Cones don't reach in. Mm-hmm. Cones don't body you up a little bit. You know
None of
cones
that.
don't chase you off screens.
Yep.
You know, so you got to play.
Facts. And man, I got the last thing we're gonna get on today. Shout out to Aunt Lisa. She sent me something. Where my phone go? You got my phone? Oh, see, I thought I lost it. I'm losing my mind over here. She sent me something that was a clip, and I think it's something that we can talk about. That's gonna be pretty solid here. Here we go. And it was a Facebook thing. You know, you guys are all on Facebook, but it was an Instagram video.
They are my age group. I don't get on that much.
And so it was about, it started off talking about questions that you ask yourself, right? And so here we go.
One of the most impactful questions in my life. And Tony Robbins says, you know, the quality of your questions determine the quality of your life. And so you have to ask bigger, richer, more expensive, more expansive questions of yourself, of the people around you, so that you can know what your next best move should be. And so the question that Christina asked Ruby is, who were you uninterrupted? And when I heard that question, I was just like, whoa. Like, I never heard that question before in my entire life. I've worked for some of the biggest companies in the world, Nintendo, Sony, the NBA. Like, I'd never heard that question before. But moreover, I literally could not answer that question when I heard it. So I just wrote it down. And I literally looked at that question for a full week. I'm like, who am I uninterrupted? If nothing stood in the way of me achieving my success, what would my life actually look like? If at every intersection of your life, the light isn't red, it's not yellow, it's only green, what would you build? And I think to answer that question, you also have to think through and reflect on, well, what interrupted you to begin with? And how do we carry that into pitch meetings and board meetings and conversations and team meetings, that interruption? I think that's a lot of where imposter syndrome, there's something or someone that said something to you that makes you doubt yourself every time you are ready to be audacious and step into new levels with your name on it. It's like, for me, that question has been such a powerful question. It's probably been one of the...
She said a lot. She said a lot right there.
Yeah.
Like, and she was flowing just like Kool G. She was flowing just like Kool G. And I sit and look at that, and like Aunt Lisa sent that to me, and she's like, that's something that I feel like fits where you are right now specifically, right? And then I look at what we do and how we're on this path. Man, where would we be, right? Where would we be if we had stopped because there were interruptions? And where can we go if we don't limit ourselves to anything there?
where would we be if we had stopped? Well, we would still be on the grind because we know that you have to be on the grind in terms of survival. But we wouldn't be as how can I say it? You wouldn't be as happy because you'd be doing something you didn't like to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is a grind, and it's difficult. Every day is a challenge. It's very tough. A lot of people would have quit, but this is something that we're passionate about, something that we care about, and we want to see it through. And without any interruption.
Yeah, I'm about to say, what is that?
For sure, like, there's no doubt in my mind that we would be the #1 academy in the Middle East. I'm not just saying about in the Middle East. I'm just without a doubt. There's no question. Just because what we put into our craft every day, every night, I know that, I'm not going to say everybody, but I know that there are few putting in the work that we put in.
Yeah.
That's just bottom line.
Fact.
I've seen it. I'm 50 years old, man. I've seen a lot, and I've been through a lot. I've worked under some really successful people in this game, and I've seen how hard they work, and I've tried to mirror that, and I've seen other people get to certain spaces that might be higher than me, but they didn't work as hard. But that's a different story. I can't worry about their path. I can only worry about mine. But if we didn't have any obstacles, it's no doubt we just take it over by storm. Right. No question.
Now, personally, where would you be without interruptions? like who would JK be without interruptions? Whatever that, and let's make it post basketball career, right? Because you showed me this stuff like league, right? League if everything goes right, but even then that's still an injury away or whatever else type thing.
That's luck. That's injury. That's doing the right thing, listening to the right people, having the right support, and timing.
Yeah, and timing is big.
And that's the same with your career. I think without any interruptions and me not being, how can I say it, so concerned about others so much. What I mean by that is in the moment. Yeah. Sometimes I get so concerned with others and what I do that I lose sight of what's down the road. And I kind of, sometimes I'll, take myself off the straight path, in terms of where I want to go because I'm worried about what's going on right now, instead of saying, you know what, maybe I need to push away from worrying about this person or this group of people right now. I can come back and get them. So but I think if there weren't any issues, any interruptions, so to speak, I really think that I would be what I wanted to be. And this is not an NBA coach. I wanted to be a college coach. I think I'm a leader of men or young women, and I think I would be great in the college setting. In terms of setting people up for the rest of their lives and getting them through the college grind, whatever, and doing the right thing. I think I would be great at it. And I'm not saying D1, D2, D3, NAI. I'm just saying on the college level, I think that, and I wanted to be, and I still have the aspirations of building a legacy of 15, 20 years at one place and seeing, numerous people go on and graduate and do, if you think about it, for our community, a lot of the people graduating is the first. So I want to be a part of that, because I'm the first of my family to get a degree.
Me too.
So, I think I would be on a much higher level coaching.
Yeah. That, and to say all that, even with interruptions, we still got a chance to do all of that's been said, right? Yep. I think for me, with the space that I'm in, the part that she mentions the most, that popped out to me the most, was the imposter syndrome. And then, like, getting into spaces and understanding that you are supposed to be there, your dream, your idea is big enough. And I think if we're looking at it right now, because I was talking to Illy, I even mentioned to you before, it's like even coming to Dubai, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go. Like, somebody tell me what it's going to be like. People are like, yo, I've never had the opportunity to do anything that you're about to do, right? And so then you look at it, so why is it me that's getting that opportunity? Right? Why is it me that's falling into this space? And with the meetings I've been having lately, or the the audacity to ask for some of the things that I've been asking for, and I'm starting to be more confident in those things because just a reminder that everybody is pretty much starting from the same physical level, right? We're all human. We're all like whoever Warren Buffett is or whoever you think, some of Steve Harvey or whatever it is, they literally got the same limbs as us. No superhero stuff. Yep. You know, they bleed, they get sick, they do all those things, but it's something mentally that it makes them feel like whatever it is they want to do, they're going to do it and they can do it. And I think that's the space that I'm in right now, that I feel like, okay, and listening to that just helped me lean into it a little bit harder. Cause you know I'm thinking of ways to try to knock some shit out the park, trying to knock it out the park, and it just becomes so clear. And hearing that was refreshing because sometimes you can see something so clear, but nobody else can see it. Yep. Nobody else can see it, and they'll look at you like, "What are you talking about? Like, how does that even make sense? Like, where does that go?" But it's your vision for a reason. So, man, I don't know if we can end the pod even any better than that. We gave you guys hoops. We gave you guys culture, music, everything all in one, and a little motivation to end. So, you know, post-game wrap-up, I think that's our post-game wrap-up for today. I think we ended with that right there because that's a lot. That's heavy. And, again, I'll let us ride out with her listening to her one more time. So anybody that wants to rethink or sit with it, you can take this, and hopefully you can get something from it too.
One of the most impactful questions in my life. And Tony Robbins says, you know, the quality of your questions determine the quality of your life. And so you have to ask bigger, richer, more expensive, more expansive questions of yourself, of the people around you, so that you can know what your next best move should be. And so the question that Christina asked Ruby is, who were you uninterrupted? And when I heard that question, I was just like, whoa. Like, I never heard that question before in my entire life. I've worked for some of the biggest companies in the world, Nintendo, Sony, the NBA. Like, I'd never heard that question before. But moreover, I literally could not answer that question when I heard it. So I just wrote it down. And I literally looked at that question for a full week. I'm like, who am I uninterrupted? If nothing stood in the way of me achieving my success, what would my life actually look like? If at every intersection of your life, the light isn't red, it's not yellow, it's only green, what would you build? And I think to answer that question, you also have to think through and reflect on, well, what interrupted you to begin with? And how do we carry that into pitch meetings and board meetings and conversations and team meetings, that interruption? I think that's a lot of where imposter syndrome, there's something or someone that said something to you that makes you doubt yourself every time you are ready to be audacious and step into new levels with your name on it. It's like, for me, that question has been such a powerful question. It's probably been one of the most impactful questions.
It's BTG Nation. You know where to find us on socials. Hoop Mountain Dubai, Hoop Mountain DXB online, hoopmountain.ae. You guys know what it is. Keep it real, keep it simple, and keep going.
Player and coach, the brother to brother. They both got views that you need to discover. From sports, current events to just life talk. Whether you on a fast break or a nice walk, gotta tune in, you already know, G. This BTG Nation and you one of the homies. Just tune in, you already know, G. BTG Nation, the other ones in the nosebleeds.